Oh, dang.
Gilbert Arenas.
Dang, he taking my joint.
All right, Gilbert Arenas and Dennis Rodman.
Just Rodman wasn't the
Gilbert Arenas is one name. Yeah.
I get a chance to argue that.
So look, a part of the first half of the episode is you, and then the second half of the episode is hood favorites. So we highlighting those dudes that, not media darlings. They might have been a little too rough around the edges, but in the hood.
Latrell Sprewell.
Yeah, that's one of them. We're gonna ask you who one of your hood favorites is when we on the end out, so you can jump in on it.
Oh, good.
Dennis Rodman. All right. You let us know when we can go. We already recording OG, so we'll have this for background and BTS. How is Australia though, bro? That's crazy for me to even be thinking like, yo, you living in Australia.
Brother, you live in Dubai, my G.
I didn't think I'd be here long though. And then Australia even further.
What part of Australia?
Hey, look, I'm in Melbourne, so it's like damn near the furthest from America. I think it might be the furthest from America you can get, other than New Zealand possibly.
But Melbourne's nice.
Yeah, I didn't know. No, Melbourne's nice, man. I'm not mad at it. It's not the Outback, so people be thinking I'm like in the Outback, and I'm like, no, I'm in Woodbridge. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay.
You know what I'm saying. Yeah. But you do get a nice bit of flavor, but it's like suburban American life for the most part.
Okay. I was gonna ask you, how did you get there?
We can start it with that, but we'll ask him again on there. That's
my cousin was out there and shit. Yeah, my cousin was out here.
All right, we had
I was like, yo, come through.
You're not on the run or nothing. Like, no, I was
like that's.
Nah.
We done ran across a couple of them here.
When you answer in the form of my cousin and shit, that's the real vague and shit. We don't. You gotta elaborate on how you out here. So other people back home,
I'll definitely.
You can be an inspiration for other people back home to leave the area and get a chance to experience something new.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, in reality, the simple thing is I just did it. I ain't gonna lie to you. It really ain't nothing magnificent to it, man. I just did it.
I mean, you say that, but for someone else, that's a huge step, man.
Yeah.
That's a huge step.
Oh yeah, no doubt. But we got to start normalizing it. You know what I mean? Like it was literally like, yo, my cuz was like, come out here. And I did it.
Well, let me say this to you, just from years of experience. I'm a little older. Can't really normalize it because not everybody's outgoing. You can get over to Melbourne and, somebody has a bad week and they don't know how to operate. You might know how to pivot and make it work. Somebody else might have a breakdown.
Yeah.
Yates will tell you that. Yeah. Yates was over here, his first rip out of the country, and we had a lockdown.
Right.
So a lot of people would have tucked tail and run.
Yeah, it's facts. It's a lot of skills that we not understanding we learn.
For sure.
We going to go ahead. I'm about to count down and we're going to start the intro. Everybody all good?
You good, Andre?
Yeah. One.
King and Yates, they bridging the gap. From the US to Dubai, put pins on the map. Ball is life and that's a fact. And a baller's life, about that exact. King and Yates, they bridging the gap. From the US to Dubai, put pins on the map. There's a time to score and a time to assist. Ain't no I in team, let the winning commence. From generation to generation, game don't stop. The new and old school got the game on lock. It's all legendary, it's all necessary. We all been all-stars before February. And after that, King and Yates, after racks. But really trying to get some wins, not just padding stats. Two basketball lovers through happenstance. Built the bond that led to greatness that advanced.
Listen, episode 10. We're the dying piece, big dog, on season 2. Every time I hit an intro, it's like a new energy, right?
For sure.
Word for word. It's something that a beat does, just to get the vibe going. But when you add the words,
it's got to be the right lyrics, though.
You know what I'm saying?
Like I could listen to those lyrics without the beat, and he's got my attention.
Because you feel it, right?
Right.
And it's all facts, right? Now, one word is cap, as we say in our generation, all facts. So we appreciate that. And as you guys know, that's the homie Willie Waze with the new intro. Shout out to him for coming through and holding it down for the team. I've had a few people on YouTube say, yo, the new intro is dope. And I'm like, yeah, that's good. It's been a hell of a week too. This popped up quick, didn't it? Like, we just finished episode 9, and we right back in the studio.
Seems like yesterday.
Yeah, and so much has gone on since then. You know, I wasn't prepared for today. Like, I was scrambling today. As you know, we had so much going on. You know, you got people missing flights.
Yeah,
we'll get into all that stuff.
We would need
later.
5 extra episodes to deal with what I went through last night.
Listen, crazy. But opportunities are coming. You know, shout out to those people who are watching, who are seeing the value, who all of our family, as we call our Hoop Mountain family. Thank you guys, because people are starting to notice. So that means the ideas we have for your children and for the youth, we're going to be actualized, and we're going to have some help to do it. And to be honest, we're going to do it regardless. Yep. We're going to make it happen regardless. So as always, BTG Nation, what's up? Episode 10, Young OG and the OG here, live from Dubai. As always, checking in. If you want to hoop, if you need to experience the real basketball culture, Hoop Mountain DXB on Instagram, hoopmountain.ae online. Log in, tap in, send a message. Hey, we're at 800 followers, right? Mm-hmm. I don't buy followers. I make sure that we don't buy followers like some of these other people who got 10,000 followers and 10 likes on their picture. Right. Nah, we don't buy followers. We got 800 real people. We know almost all of them. We need 1,000 in 30 days. So we can get 1,000 in 30 days. We might come. We need 200. We need 200 more. We might have something special out there for the people. 200 more. Right. Let's make it happen. You know.
So one person tells somebody, and we good.
Listen, you know, spread the word. We promise we're good people. Yeah. You know, usually we do a check-in, but today we got a special guest online with us. It's somebody that I know from high school. Somebody that you guys are familiar with because his voice opens up the pod every episode now. It's my guy known as Willie Waze, coming live in from Australia right now. Let me make sure I give my guy. Let me make sure I give my guy a round of applause.
Hey.
Yeah, we here, big dog. We here. I gotta. Yeah, that's for the hip hop guys, DJ. Yo. We here. What's up, big dog? How you doing, man? Tell us how you feeling. You know what I'm saying? Let's just give us a mental health check-in, making sure our brother is solid.
Oh man, I'm doing good, man. Can't complain. Really, just looking at how funny how things come full circle. You feel me? Like, you know, I say, me and you go back, man, and it's like, here we are, fulfilling our dreams, man. Maybe not how we have might have planned it 15, 20 years ago, but it's perfect, you know?
Right. For real. Right here, what's interesting is all three of us were in the same building at the same time, right? So people like Coach King was coaching the team, part of the team, all throughout high school while I was there. And me and Waze got a wild story. So I ain't tell Coach this, right? So, Waze is right up your alley, OG. Right, Waze was probably the first person that I knew in Alexandria that was rapping seriously, right? And I'm not talking like, you know, I do a freestyle here and there. I can throw some things together, but it was the first one that I knew that was like a historian of it. He was doing his research. He knew everything back. He was like the whole culture, every bit of it. He was that. He used to wear kufi. Right, he used to have a kufi, and he used to come and he used to have the mixtapes too. Like, he used to sell the mixtapes, Capri Suns and everything. Bro. So he was the one. I
had the school on lock.
Yeah, look, and so we would be in the morning time before, like, we had like gym class in the morning, like 10th grade. In the morning time, we'll be there, we'll be rapping, you know, doing what you do in high school, and he'll be playing songs. But he was the one who got me on Yo Gotti because he gave me the cocaine music, number 9, I think it was, early. So he was hustling.
Actually, it was the first one. Yeah, it was the first one.
You gave me. I had all of them after that. I know I had all of them after that. Yo. But I respected him because it was always dope to see somebody that was like centered on their passion early, right? And they weren't like, either you had to pick whether you're gonna be in the street or you're gonna be an athlete. Right. If you were smart, it wasn't cool, even within the Alexandria space, to where there's so much money around and people are like, yo, you shouldn't be this and that. But, you know, it is what it is. But he was somebody who was like, I'm an artist. This pen I got is different. And, you know, and I respected that, you know. It was an interesting space, though.
So what year
took a while.
What year did you graduate, Willie?
2010.
2010, okay.
Yeah, he was right there.
Yeah, you were definitely there.
Yeah. So and then
I was in them hallways.
Yeah. And OG is a hip hop head. And so I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know you told me, man.
The first time I ever heard Smith and Wesson was with him.
Wow, I didn't do my job in high school. Then you was supposed to have been on them.
Yeah, but listen, that's when you with your old head. They supposed to put you on because this is what's good and what's not. So special ed, all that other extra stuff. That was him. So when you reached out and we talked a bit and I knew where you were, I was like, yo, OG gonna love this. Because it's the type of energy he can look in the head, right? But
absolutely.
Before we get too deep into stuff, people that are listening, let them know where they can find your music at.
Man, you can all streaming platforms, man, and on YouTube. It's Willie Waze, WILLIE WAZE, man. And man, check me out. Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, all that.
Yep. I'll have some stuff in the description on YouTube. You guys on YouTube, of course, I'll leave up some banners and things for you guys to see. But the one of the real reasons, because we'll first talk about the intro, talk about the creation of that and like your space as an artist, because you're a rapper and most times people, I'll put it in basketball terms for people that are listening. People don't understand that you can be successful in basketball without being a professional basketball player or even without being directly tied to the game itself, what you see on TV, right? Coach and I are running a basketball business. As you said, I wanted to play professional. It didn't go the way I wanted, but because of the level of basketball I played, the experiences, and the other tangible things I had, I was able to still be a part of the basketball business, so still be where I love.
Exactly.
And most people don't understand the flexibility you can have as an artist if you really are who you say you are as far as a wordsmith. So talk about, where a rap has gotten you and how that has put you in the space to do things like the intro.
Man, at this point, rap is my full-time gig, We're not quite on lockdown right now, but, there's very limited wiggle room out here for people that's not adhering to certain things. So I've been tucked in the crib, and what it did was force me to like really look at what I do as a skill, not just I'm a rapper. I rap. That's a limited mindset, but it's like no, bro. You're a voiceover. You could do jingles. You do ads. You got a whole studio in your crib. Like utilize it. So I put the pedal to the metal with that, and then I realized I can do. I've been limiting myself for years, it really being able to work on different freelance sites like Fiverr and Upwork and things like that really showed me it changed my definition of success. It's like at first I thought success was like people knowing me from rapping, me putting the city on. And as time goes on, you realize, God got different plans, man. Okay. So it's like, to still be able to rap for a living, literally. Like I made more money this year from music than I ever did without even putting out a lot of music. It just shows me that I'm on the right path. So you guys doing the intro for you guys just fell into what I already do for a living. And when I was writing it, I kind of felt like a kindred spirit, being that y'all are away from home and I'm away from home. Mm-hmm. So it was like while I'm writing it, I could just feel that. I could feel that like, we out here, we out in the world spread out trying to make it, and give back to where we came from. And I just kept that mindset. And then you told me your guys' story about, how y'all came together. And I just wanted to really personify it on wax. And, I think I did pretty good.
Nah, look, you hit the nail on the head, big dog.
Nah, as soon as I heard it, I was like, yo, that's a hit right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna let OG go ahead and give you his real reactions because he was rocking with it. I told him I had a new one because the original intro we had this year, just a beat. Well, the first one we had was from my dog, Lee Bueller. Lee is a hip hop head too. His dad was a road manager, tour manager for 50 on the Get Rich or Die Trying tour. He grew up in New York. Like, he got heavy ties. I got to link you two because he's doing his own things too. And you guys
absolutely
got a like-minded guys. And I'll have him call on too because he's heavy hip-hop head. Like, New York kid, like, go crazy. But he had reached out and gave me an instrumental the first season. It was dope. And as we grow, because everybody that's part of BTG Nation knows from the very first episode to episode 10 of season 2, we've progressed, right? And we wanted to continue to do that. So my younger brother, I kind of put a task on him, like, yo, give me some energy. My brother's never made a beat before in his life. But, you know, sometimes you see stuff in people and you just like, man, you can do this, especially with the music we listen to. So he blessed me with a few things that we'll use for other stuff. But going into the new year, you reached out. It was something I was already thinking about doing anyway. But like you said, God, it moves you. So you put the pieces in play. And I was like, yo, this is perfect. Because I got a couple plans coming up and everything else. So I said, OG, I got something new coming into the new year. He was like, man, don't change up nothing. And I was like, listen, just wait.
Oh, yeah, OG style.
Yeah.
OG style.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what's wild, though, right? You know what's wild, though, Ryan, is that I never told you this, bro, but ever since high school, bro, for some reason, I don't know if it was because you was tall, I always looked up to you, maybe literally, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I always thought you was like I always looked at you like a big bro or big cuz. Like you were, if you look back at our time, I was always trying to like, yo, you know, I just did this, right? You know, I took Shorty to the crib, right? Like I always say, you know, this is just continuation of that, you know, like trying to make big, you know, trying to make my homie proud.
You looked up the big homie that you call him big homie?
Listen, man.
3 stacks, get me a trash can. I need to bomb it over here. Like, come on, man.
Humble.
Come on, man.
Listen.
Being humble, you know, like.
Listen, Waze, what's crazy is, you know, your OG, this is part of the reason why we bridging the gap, right? Because your OGs will always look at you like the young buck, right? They'll never see the other side of you. Because to be honest, when I'm sitting in the truck with him and my uncle back there with a cigar, drinking his wine, talking, OG, he got his and he's sitting there talking, I can't say a word back, right? But what they don't see is like, you know, those moments and those conversations, I carry that aura with me when I'm talking to my peers and stuff, right? And so really anybody saying that I'm a big homie, that's a compliment to you, you know what I'm saying?
Shut up, man. Man, come on, man. Like, listen, just because...
it was like, yo, it was like he was a sport. I mean, look, man, he was he was like, yo, he was the tallest kid in school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting here, you know, I'm just fresh into TCI. I went to BI first. You know what I mean? I started Court Kelly, went to St. Stephen's. I went to St. Stephen's for like 6 years. Then I decided to finish out as a Titan like my pops. You know what I mean? So I'm getting in and I got this tall dude, Ryan, playing basketball. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to have him listen to my music. He talk about subpar. You know what I'm saying? So he was keeping me on my toes, you know what I mean? So I always wanted to like, yo, impress him in some type of way. You know, I don't know why, but it was just like that.
It was always respect, though, man.
Oh, man.
See, look, OG hating.
No, I'm not hating. I'm just saying, I know you listening to his music at the beginning, he's probably like, it's all right, but I ain't gonna let him know that it's all right. And
listen,
you know what I'm saying?
Like I said, like we would sit and really, really talk. You know what I'm saying? We'll talk about things. And I remember early in that time, it was like Drake, Wayne, Energy, and all that other stuff. But we would sit and talk about, we talk about everything. And I used to be like, one, I respected that, you know, he had his own thing that he was passionate about. And he was always going to be, you know, standing on his own 10 for that. And then I used to always tell you, like, I never looked at anybody any different about anything. I always was like, yo, if you're cool and I can tell you just being you, then I can rock with you, regardless on what side of the tracks that you were on, right? And so you ain't believe that. Right. You thought I was like, yo, you popular kid at school. You don't talk to everybody. Like, no, I just kick it with real people, man. I told you.
No, you ain't do too much. You was cooling, man.
Yeah, I told you no smut on my name. I was never opposed.
I guess I never saw that side. Then. Okay.
Yeah, he was cursing too much.
Yeah. No, Ryan was the humble. Ryan was really like a humble dude. He wasn't even really. I mean, he was a jock in action, but he wasn't a jock in like personality. You know what I'm saying? He just was cool, tall dude.
Waze. Look.
Stop. We'll talk later.
Listen.
Come on, man. Just stop.
That's cool. All right. But this we would get to the interesting part, right? We haven't really jumped into the layers of Coach King and I. You know, people right now, they started to tune in just because of our basketball prowess. But one thing we always said about people is You know, we're multifaceted. There's layers. It's like an onion. You peel back, there's more and more to it. And especially within our culture as African Americans, when it comes to hip hop, basketball is synonymous. You can't really separate the two. When we prepping for games, you know, we got the hip hop playing. When, you know, the artists, they're coming to our games to watch us play, and it's all like our own fraternity. And so Coach and I have been talking about rap, arguing about rap, R&B since I was 15, right? And people haven't heard these conversations. So we got a mediator here, somebody who can give their humble opinion on where things are too. And you are a professional and you are expert at what you do. So we'll just kick it off with, what is a true MC?
Well, to be a true MC, man, you gotta have your stage game right. You gotta be able to move the crowd. You know what I mean? Like, you have to be you like the point guard of the situation. You got to be able to run the show, man. You got to make sure the DJ right, make sure the crowd is participating, make sure everything goes smooth. So that's to me, that's what the definition of an MC is, man.
Okay.
You know,
I like that.
It's more than just on wax. You got to be able to like rock that, say ho.
See, I like that, because some people get it misconstrued that just because you sell a lot of records or streams or whatever, that makes you MC. It doesn't really make you. That makes you a capable artist. Mm-hmm. That doesn't make you an MC.
Mm-hmm. Or you got a machine behind you.
You know. So I like that you said that. Now let me ask you this: in terms of how you decipher who the top MCs are, is writing your own material important to you?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I love this
kid. 100%.
I love this kid. I love this kid.
But at the end of the day, though, I do not believe you have to write your own. If we're going to be literal, right? Me being a historian, Biz Markie didn't write his own stuff.
Right. But
Big Daddy Kane wrote for him, and there's very few MCs better than Biz Markie rocking the show.
All right. So
first of all, who are you talking about, big dog? OG, who you trying to say don't write their rhyme?
No, let me get to this though.
Okay.
Since he brought up Biz Markie. But when I talk about like the older guys, when we talk about our MCs of the time, Biz Marquie's not one of our MCs. He's one of our entertainers. Mm-hmm. So, you know what I'm saying? There's different lanes. You know what I mean? We talk about MCs. You mentioned Big Daddy Kane. That's an MC to us. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Rakim's an MC to us. KRS-One is an MC to us. Guys that can write their own rhymes, freestyle, write for others, and control the crowd. Mm-hmm. Biz Markie, don't get me wrong, we love him.
Rest in peace.
R.I.P. No, he moved to Maryland.
Yeah, for sure.
All those years. But
he's been in Maryland for years.
But he's not a guy that's going to get out there and his lyrics are going to blow you away. You know, he was, his antics, his sounds and things like that. So there's a difference, you know what I'm saying? But for you, don't get into the situation of thinking about somebody's success, but I'm saying for you to get up on stage and you're performing, I know that based on what you've told me recently, what Ryan's told me over and over again, that it is important to you that you really, really perfect your craft. And perfecting your craft
100%.
Perfecting your craft is being 100% in on what you're doing. And for somebody to write your rhymes, I don't think you would go out there, and not to say that you wouldn't do it in terms of taking care of your family and being successful, but you internally would have a problem with it because like, you know what, I ain't write that. Let me go back to the lab and write it again.
All right. So my question is, are you talking about somebody writing their entire song or somebody helping on a line? Because I think that's different too. Because having some people in there give us some suggestions on like, yo, you could do that better or try to switch that. Yeah. Do you consider that somebody writing your rhyme?
When somebody's a ghostwriter and somebody's writing your stuff, I have a problem with that.
Writing the whole thing is one thing, but we're talking about, is it uncommon? Because it's like working on a move with somebody together. You work on a move, it's like, yo, that's tight, but you probably need to get a little lower. So, because you what you was talking about is Drake. You're trying to get at.
And I like Drake. I'm just saying.
Look, you see him beating around, and I've been telling him, I've been like, look, Drake is not Biz Markie. Drake is not Milli Vanilli and none of that. Yeah. Drake pins. Drake writes.
All I'm saying to you is
I
this.
promise you, Biz Markie will rock a show.
No question.
Yeah,
no.
I've been to one of his shows. I'm 48.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
He trying to say he one of those. OG been telling me that Drake can't stand up next to any of those guys, that Cole, Kendrick, or whatever that when it comes
Absolutely not.
Pen.
Absolutely not.
I don't think that's true.
This is all right. Let me set the table here.
Okay.
Here's the table. All right. On one side of the table, you got Drake, and like I said, I've always told you I love his early stuff and some of the stuff now. You know what I'm saying? He's a remarkable entertainer in terms of, selling and
he's an artist, man.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, artists can be the umbrella of so many different things. So I'm just saying, we talk about MCing right now. And when I say I talk about my top MCs, no matter how many records you sell, that doesn't put you up in my list in terms of top MCs. I'm just being honest with you.
Well, I'm saying,
so let me finish. Go ahead. So our whole argument was putting Drake on stage with, say, the like of, we talking about
Cole or Kendrick.
We talking about tops of their eras. Drake has been like on top for like 10 years, right?
Yeah.
In terms of sales.
And Cole and Kendrick right there with him.
But then they're not, like, come on now, stop playing.
That's what they're gonna say though. That's gonna put him.
But if you wanna put Drake on stage, there's no way he's even gonna be able to hang with the Nas or Jay. I mean, it's just not. It's not even close.
This is what I'm saying. Drake can freestyle, right? Drake can spit all of those things. That's all I'm saying. You guys put it out there like he don't.
Listen, bro. When you have somebody write your rhymes,
who's writing it? All right, let's listen to the rapper because the industry is small. Is Drake stuff out there? Is that ghostwritten? Is he not writing his stuff? Is that what you're getting from listening to his music?
Be honest.
I think the line is blurred to where, to me, I would personally. I would consider it ghostwriting once we get into the verses. Mm-hmm. If you got reference tracks for your complete song, that's ghostwritten. Mm. You feel what I'm saying? But one thing I can say is I don't know if it's happened recently. I don't know. I can feel in his new albums, ever since that came out, I'll be listening. I'll be like, I feel like I hear. I'm like, yo, that's a Dirk right there. I think Dirk wrote on that new album. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna speculate. But it's like, to me, it's like Drake picked his poison. It's like, yo, you can be one of the greatest MCs, you could be a dope MC, or you could be the biggest artist of this generation. Right. Which one you want to do?
Which he is.
Because sometimes So as an artist, a lot of times you might not even have that choice. A lot of these artists got sweatshops. It's just how the industry work, even producers.
For sure.
So you got a whole room of people. I mean, look, this ass Party Next Door. Why, like, Party Next Door should be
Rihanna.
He should be The Weeknd.
Rihanna got him sitting. Yeah, Rihanna got him waiting.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So but that's how I go.
In retrospect to, say, basketball, right? Yates and I, we agree on this in terms of Steph Curry. Steph Curry is one of the greatest shooters of all time, right?
Okay.
But he's with the Golden State Warriors. If you were to switch Steph Curry and LeBron when LeBron was with the Cavs don't even get out the East.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But Steph Curry's still going to do his thing, but they're not getting out the East. And that's all I'm saying about Drake. Like,
a light-skinned fella.
No, that ain't got nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying, but
I'm light-skinned, so I'm supposed to be rapping.
Yeah. But Drake almost, like, his persona is almost like, yo, I know where I am, and I'm okay with it, and that's why I like Drake.
Yeah,
okay.
Because he don't try to be nothing that he's not. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
When you think about I look at lyrics, right?
All right.
The intricacy of most of his lyrics. It's just not comparable to some other people, but his music is good.
But he's clever, man. He's clever, yo. He knows how to write. He's a hell of a rapper. Like, to me, Jay-Z, right? Jay-Z and Nas. Nas would be.
Hold on. Wait, don't step into that yet, because we're gonna get into that next.
Okay,
that's gonna be a heavy one.
Enough.
Okay, yeah. But we'll stick within our generation now, because this is something that has actually been heavy on my mind for years, and I haven't had anybody to sit and talk with that could maybe tell me I'm tripping, or maybe be like, yo, that's right? And so follow me here, right? From our 2010 to now people talk about the Mount Rushmore for our greats, right? And I'm not including Kanye in that because Kanye is just Kanye, right? He's on his own. But I'm talking about people who came in together. So it'll be like Wiz Khalifa, Drake, Nip. Well, I won't put Nip, rest in peace, my guy, because he didn't drop albums. But Wiz, Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick, Big Sean, Future, right? And most of the time...
Yes?
Yeah, Wiz Khalifa. Wiz Khalifa is big. Now, I hear people talk about when it comes to the Mount Rushmore, who is who and who's on top. And I always hear people say, of course, it's Drake, Kendrick, and Cole, right? And I think people slight Wale, right? I don't think Big Sean is anywhere close to Wale when it comes to pen versatility, songwriting, hit making, MCing, anything of that nature. And I feel like, he initiated that start. I mean, he started his first song with Gaga when he got on, right? Now, we know him around the way with Dig Dug and a go-go influence and everything. But I feel like this is a Wale. I want to have a Wale appreciation moment because I feel like his art as a pensman is underrated. And for whatever reason, but maybe I'm tripping. And you can let me know, because I listen to everything. You know what I'm saying? And maybe you can let me know, Wiz.
Yes, he is underrated. He is underrated.
And I say underappreciated. I
feel like a lot of... Yeah, but I feel like a lot of that is his fault, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of that is got to do with how he portrays himself. A lot of that got to do with his flip-floppiness creatively. And then...
What do you mean by that?
Being in hip-hop. Like just how he, if you really follow him from from high school, the mixtape era, the joints with Knife Wonder, before that, you know what I'm saying, the Nike Boots era, all of that, and then to now, it's been a lot of ups and downs, But I can't say Wale.
I'll let you finish because I'm interrupting, but I got you.
No, I can't really say he been like the most consistent. I will say definitely, right? Like, it's layers. I always say this, right? You got layers. So at the top, I would say you got Drake and Kendrick, right? That's A plus, right? Right beneath them slightly. I mean, at his head is at their kneecaps, it would be J. Cole. And then under that, you got Wale, Big Sean, your Meeks, Crit.
Yeah,
you got people like that, but we'll keep Crit out of it just because we're talking about really, platinum, going platinum and selling.
Right.
Yeah, it would be under that. It would be the Meeks, Wale's, and Big Sean's. And I mean, Future would. I would say Future got to be in his own category. He got to be in his own category.
But Waze, we want you to put your list up based on creativity and artistry, not album sales, because we know the machine can get behind you and push people to sell, and they're not really that good. Because hell, Milli Vanilli, they almost went diamond. You know what I'm saying? But like they couldn't.
Yeah, but when you talk about Mount Rushmore, right? Like you got those are the presidents of it. Like you have to have had mainstream, because if we open it up to anybody, if we open it up to anybody, then it's gonna take forever. So like for the sake of the Mount Rushmores, you got to go with who's been on the radio like that. You know what I'm saying? You got to go on who's the biggest guys. So it has to be Kendrick, Cole, and it has to be Kendrick, Cole, and Drake. But the fourth one, I feel like that's
it gotta be.
Wale would be good. Wale would be a good one.
Yeah.
Wale would be. I'm more inclined to put Big Sean there.
And this is where I jump in, right? So when you talked about like the flip floppiness, right? And I think maybe that's part of the marketing or the image that he has. We talk about Afrobeats. Afrobeats is popular right now, but he introduced that years ago on the Shine album. He literally had Wizkid, he would have DeVito, all of them on there. People weren't ringing to him, but of course, everybody listens. They may not like Wale, but they see what he did, and now they bring that back in here. You talk about a pop star and a rapper getting together like he did with Lady Gaga. People say is this and that, but people will talk about artists playing it safe and not having the versatility to jump on both sides. He can give you Lotus Flower Bomb, right? Then he can get you, then he can go on with Walker, and then he can also go on with Rare Essence, and then he can put CCB or TOB on a song on his new album, and then he can talk talk to us, talk to the black girls, and he's always on the radio. And I'm saying, because we talking about hood favorites today, right? Hood favorites in the league was people that even the league didn't want them to be at the front, but their skill was so good, they still moved it up there. And I'm like...
But was Wale on national radio, though?
You know what I'm saying? Wale was on Rock Nation first.
Absolutely.
And they weren't pushing him. And he had all those pop stars.
Absolutely.
But the way you're describing him, you know what, he is the Common of my era. I'm just being honest with you. He's Common. Common sold.
Without as much swag, though, because Wale, the sneaker king, Common was wild at the Badu.
That was later on. But I'm saying,
with the crochet pants.
Yeah,
he's Common, man. Like, you know, he doesn't appeal to everybody, though.
Yeah, that's fair. But that's some love, and maybe we can dig into that later too. But Wale, man, you know, special talent. He's one of those that probably the generation.
I got love.
Yeah, for sure.
I defend him more than I should. I find myself defending him even when I was at home more than I should, because to me, like the DMV, they so territorial. Like you know, they really miss their opportunity to make themselves big because they always trying to shoot down whoever make it out. Like it's always Wale ain't from DC. Who cares, yo? Like he putting on. When he rap, when he talk, he sound like the DMV. Absolutely. When he dress like the DMV. Like the DMV always shoots themselves in the foot. I feel because they always want to be particular play street politics or who was from here. Who cares, yo? He putting y'all on. Just eat. Like if Nelly was from Ferguson, Missouri, and he came out saying St. Louis, St. Louis would have Missouri would have been like, all right, yo, just let him do his thing. Let's get on first, then we'll go ahead and say what we got to say. But everybody wanted to shoot even Glizzy was coming up. Then when he got to a certain point, everybody hated on him. Yeah. You know, the only person I could say that didn't really get hate was Trail, but that's because Trail is embracing. That's because Trail is street. It's everybody wants to be the trap, the street. So it's people are suckers for that.
Yeah, he's struggling with that.
Well, you know, the DMV though itself is problematic. Yeah. In that they don't truly know what they want. You know what I mean? That's just how it goes because, you know, when it comes to basketball and things like that, you know, you have people that are superstars that aren't from the actual circle of the DMV,
metro line,
but they're right there. And come on, and like if you grew up playing in DC, in Northern Virginia, in Maryland, whatever, you're from the DMV,
right?
That's the bottom line. You know what I'm saying?
It's a small circle.
Small circle. You know.
All right. We got a few things we're gonna end off with, right? And while we're talking about home, you know, I don't know if you got your ear to the streets.
Who, me?
Yeah, you got your ear to the streets back at the crib.
Fairly.
Any artists that you know are out there that you feel like you know they're moving in a good way that you want to talk to, or even if you don't want to say them directly, but you're like, look, I put my years in. You know what I'm saying? I know how this clout chasing goes. I know how all that information goes. This is some words as you continue to go into this thing. Any of those young bucks you want to reach out to and say a thing to?
I would say, man, are you talking about any specific youngins, or is there a message I would have for them?
Both, if you want, however you want to do it.
All right, so a message to the youngins or the cast that's trying to do this, man. I would say, really step back and make sure you know what you want, yo, because you can ask yourself for you want this, you want to make it, you want to get signed, you want to do all that. Then you get that, and then you don't know what your end game is, you don't know what you want, and that's how you get taken advantage of. So I would tell people step back. Really make sure you know what you want and don't pigeonhole yourself. Like everybody not gonna make it to sign to a major label, and just like everybody ain't gonna make it to the league. But at the same time, you will probably be more fulfilled being in control of your own, like being like what y'all doing. That I can kind of feel that might be more fulfilling for y'all, helping kids, building up another generation of basketball more than just you playing on the court. So it's a fulfillment of that. So you got to find ways to be fulfilled, and you have to look at everything you do as a skill. Don't just be like, yo, my only way of making money is show. If you on COVID, hey, look, if it's a lockdown again, my money going up because everybody want jingles, everybody want ads, everybody want, voiceover, audio work, whatever. These kids, if they get on lockdown, they ain't got no shows. Even some of your favorite rappers was looking scraggly when they was on lockdown.
PPP
they pigeonholed themselves. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They could only do shows, or they could only get features. Nah, man, expand your horizons. Try to learn as much as you can in your industry, man, and just eat, yo. Right. Take this, just eat.
Yo, that's beautiful, Waze, but give me a couple million and I'll be all right. No, I'm just joking. No, that's real. That's real talk that you just gave everybody, man.
Oh no, you can still get your millions too, man. Your million is more than one way to skin a cat, man. You ain't got to make it to the majors, man. Do your own thing and try to control your own narrative and your own destiny, man. Facts. That's the gist.
Facts. You got anybody that's caught your attention at the crib?
Yeah, it's a few cats, man, but I'm gonna let them work a little harder, and then, you know, when I return to this episode, I'll drop those.
Can you elaborate on any of the former players that might have been at TC when I was there that might be rapping in the game right now? No. I need to know this because I only would be in touch with this stuff because of Jameson.
Yeah.
And so I don't really know. And you know, they would send me little snippets here and there, but I'm saying I'm talking to a professional right now, and he can give me the real 411 on what's going on.
Oh, so he's saying if there's a couple young bucks that used to hoop that got some potential. If they you ain't gotta say their name, but are they in the right path?
To doing music?
Yeah, their artistry. Are they delivering some respectable music?
I would say it's hard to judge. I don't want to be the judger, man. I don't want to be judgy. I would say, look, man, that's really for them to define. If they coming from their heart and they not doing it for clout, without knowing a whole lot of people specifically, I would say if they doing it from the heart. So really, if they was doing it back when Ryan, you know, if they was doing basketball back when I was rapping and they trying to rap now, I'll find it hard to be like, yo, they really trying to do their passion. You know what I'm saying? You had to do it when it was ugly. You had to do it when it wasn't no clout. There was no Instagram page for the DMV hip hop or the Alexandria. You know, there was no clout coming from repping Alexandria.
Right. But let me say this to you though. But things change. That's like what you just stated was something that myself and a lot of the older guys have to come to reality with, that things change. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's not going to get it out the mud the way we have done it, the way you have done it. So it might be a little different. So what I'm saying is that, for example, I'm gonna say names because, you know, it's we speak. Come on, man. Like what?
We trying to put them on.
Speak your truth, man. We speak your truth.
I need to know.
Hey, no, drop some names, man.
What's CNN's real name?
No, he not in a good situation.
All right. We won't say CNN. Yeah. What about Boobs? Boubacar.
No, he not rapping. He got a clothing line.
What?
No, he wasn't. You talking about Gucci?
No, somebody else. Boobs was rap. Jameson had like
it was a moment, but no. And Boob listened to the pod faithfully. But he got a clothing line, so not him.
All right, so if it was a moment,
and he just finished graduating from American University.
Okay, and congratulations,
good
props. You know what I'm saying? But that's what Waze is talking about. Yeah. If you just had a moment, then you ain't serious about this. Yeah. See, who else with this? What about Day? Not Day you pushing. Know. Okay, so
DSG. He asking about. He's still pushing. I see him putting some work in. Got a little team together. They putting some.
Yeah, work. I mean that's what I'm saying.
These youngers, these youngers is working, man. They doing it.
Guys,
you know,
I know.
Yeah. They these youngins and even cats that was coming up with us, man. I mean, I don't know a lot of them that were actually rapping, but I mean, I see a lot of people putting they heart into it, man.
The only one who came up with us ways that I know, and I'm like, all right, that making sense is Luck. Is Be Hard.
Right.
Yeah. So that was him and Sheet. So I see them, and I send a lot of love there outside of like Young Mo and all them. But I know Luck is same type of energy you are.
See, with
to me they was the hottest. See, I thought you would talk about people that was rapping back that was balling back then that rap now.
Nah.
Versus the just coming up that were rapping back then. Now like yo Luck and them, Sheed. Yeah, they was the ones, like they, me, I was coming up to see my thing was I was always trying to be like I was always trying to find my own path and I felt like they had a success in the fact that they knew that they wanted to be current. They know that they knew that they wanted to like had a sound that people was gonna love. You didn't have to convince people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, trap, or just like, you know, like just they had that top 40 sound. Like they was ready for a label. You know what I'm saying? They was ready for a label, ready to go. You know, me, I was a little rough around the edges because I wanted to find my own style from the mud. Like I wasn't looking up to Wayne. I wasn't looking up to Drake. Yeah. I was, you know what I'm saying? I was barely looking up. I was just trying to learn it all and just find my own voice.
He had the Kofi. That let you know, knowledge itself, 5% in Virginia.
That's what you just said is what all the youngers need to hear, man. That's what I wanted to get out of you. That's perfect, man. So not everybody feels the pressure of having to conform to what's hot right now. You know what I'm saying? Find their own lane. That's what. Yeah, you gotta lead the next generation, man.
All right. So look, here we go. To round it off, right? We're going to say your top 5, like your personal top 5, right? Like your favorite top 5 artists, rappers, and then who you say is overall top 5. So I'm giving the bell because most people would be like, yo, I got my own personal 5, right? Yeah, you pick your personal 5 who you like, this is my go-to. But then your 5 for who the greatest are. And if you can't think of 5 and it's just 3, then just go. But we'll let you rock.
All right. So my personal 5 is so got KRS-One. Then you got
the smile Biggie just put on.
then you got Biggie / Pac, right, together, side by side. Then at number 3 you got Scarface. Then at number 4, I'll probably have to put Redman there. And then number 5. As of the current moment for me personally, I'm feeling like I got to put Styles P there.
Okay, cool.
So those might be my top 5 personally.
All right, so we'll stop there and then everybody else will go. So I'll let OG do his 5 and I'll do my 5.
I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you.
When the video come out, man.
Woo, man, you got to invite to the crib anytime.
All right, OG, give me your 5.
You know, I'm always going with Chris, KRS-One.
All right.
I got to go with my man Pac. You know, I like the fact he said Biggie / Pac because they both had, their careers cut short. So I like that. But I'm going to go Pac, KRS-One, Jay-Z, Nas, and my 5th one. This is tough because, man, you got Scarface, Biggs, oh, man, Rakim, man, and Big Daddy. I'm probably going to go. Let me go Biggs.
Okay.
Let me go Biggs.
Okay. All
right. Okay. Yeah, that's nice.
My personal 5. All right. I go Nip. I go Dom Kennedy. I go Hove. I go Wayne. And then the 5th, I get switched up often. I don't know if I want to put a group there, right? Or if I want to do just a singular. Nas. Yeah, that's Nas. So I got Nas, Hove, Wayne, Dom, and Nip. And Nas is he's performing well. So this last Magic album, I probably have that.
I feel like that's based on his last tear. I can't speak for you, but I feel like if that last tear, that the King's Disease is the last 3-4 projects is what put him in there. I feel like
the 4, and then I always live with Illmatic and Godson, right? But it's in between to where it's like, nah, but he gives me so much to where I can keep going back to. And so when I say my favorites, it's like I know I can go to these 5 albums of theirs, 4 albums of theirs, and then just play that for almost a month straight, and I'd be good, right?
Yeah,
and
that's
then,
real tough.
Yeah, or they take me to a space, right? Somebody gonna hear me say Dom Kennedy and Nip, and they're like, what? But when I listen to Dom and I listen to Nip, it's a certain message in there I'm coming to get. Right, and every time I'm feeling the way, I go right there because it resonates with me. And it's the same way with Nas. He got some stuff where
other people's money, all money in. It's all about that. You know, when you want to chill and get that money.
Listen, I'm walking it, right? I'm walking it, right? And so those are my dogs. But Jadakiss in there for me too. Jadakiss and Fab, Fab mainly for that Soul Tape series, and he had some cornball stuff trying to chase trends, but he Fab Sport still get love from me. All right, let's go top 5 all time. Who you think the greatest MCs are of all time? With the number one
MCC, I'm too technical.
Do your thing.
MCs, it gotta be rapper list, yo. Because if it's MCs, then it's gonna be different than the rappers.
All right, do rappers, it how you want.
Top 10 rappers.
Yeah, do top 5.
Okay.
With the last one being your number 1.
All right. So the top 5 all encompassing for me. Nas. Cool G Rap, Biggie, / Pop. That's 3, right?
Yeah, that's 3. You got 2 more.
So who did I say?
You said Nas. You said Nas. You said Cool G, and then you got Biggie, Pop.
Biggie / Pop.
Yeah.
Got to put Jay there, man. And then at the top, sheesh. I might just got to go ahead and spread out. Biggie and Pop and make it like that.
Okay.
To where I put
Hov.
Hov might got to be number 1. Just because you just can't. I personally feel like Biggie. I think Biggie actually gets better with time. Like Biggie only leaving us with 2 albums. Like you still listen to that. Like dude was nice. Yo, like it's weird how he's so pumped up, but I still feel like he underrated. But I mean, Jay got a chance to get the baton and fulfill it. Just like I look at KRS-One as an MC, where he's done it the longest. He's got the most stamina, the most credentials. He did it. Jay did that on the rap end, the way he put in the most years, the albums, the work he put in. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of time I don't feel like, he would I definitely wouldn't consider him an MC personally, but as a rapper, you'll be hard pressed to find people better. You'll be hard pressed to find people better. Now, when we talk a rapper, we talking in that mainstream sphere. Yeah, I don't think it's very. I don't think it's very many. I will say, Biggie might still gets Jay in terms of versatility for me, because if you really look at it, Jay ain't the most versatile, but he picked his lane, and the moves that he made for the culture and in the culture, they just can't be disputed.
I liked that you mentioned the fact that you question Jay-Z's like being an MC. Because when you talk about KRS-One, I came up in the era where I've been to his concerts, and I've been to Jay-Z's concerts. And what Jay-Z has done to the crowd, I mean, is like, it's incredible. You know what I'm saying? Just like KRS-One. So I think on that end, I think Jay-Z is a little underappreciated in terms of how he controls. But everything that you said, I respect it, because you are a professional at your craft, and you know what I'm saying. It's like somebody arguing with Ryan and I about basketball. We're like, you ain't watch film last night till 3 a.m. So I can't, you know what I'm saying. So I'm not gonna come at you with that, but I like that. I like that you said that, because that takes a whole different look on things.
Yeah, that different eye. That's one of our early episodes.
Yeah, I say this, like, look at this. Like Jay has so many songs that are known, the crowd can perform his songs.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you want to see an MC masterclass, look at that Big Daddy Kane KRS-One verses.
Oh, no doubt.
Like half of that crowd wouldn't have known their songs, but like this is why I keep bringing up Biz Markie, right? Is because he could say, he could be like, he could just rhyme applesauce, and he could just do the alphabet and rock and have a wave on the crowd that you wouldn't even see with Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you said that.
He get on there and start, like.
I'm glad you said that, because when it comes to Jay-Z, my favorite Jay-Z songs aren't radio hits.
Yeah.
Because I really listen to what he's saying.
Yeah.
I like his best. His best joints are joints that people don't even know about. I mean, the mainstream media don't even know about. You know what I'm saying?
His B-sides are incredible, man. His B-sides are incredible.
He got his C-sides too now.
But we talking about it.
What's your top 5 though, King?
I Hov. I just finished talking about him. Pac for sure, because Pac puts me in that space where like I believe I'm invincible. I feel like I wouldn't have the nickname if Pac. That's just like he got me through a lot of rough times. Jay-Z, Pac. I'm always probably gonna say KRS-One. It's because I've never seen anything like that before. Rounding out my final two, I probably put Big in there, even though he's only got two. Come on, man, it's incredible.
Yeah.
5, I always want to say Nas, but then Nas had a couple of joints where it's like, man, what was you doing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But then it's between him, Scarface, and probably Rakim. Rakim was great at what he did, but he wasn't versatile at all. You know what I'm saying? So my 5th one, I probably throw Scarface in there.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll probably take Cool G out, put Scarface in there. Yeah. It's a tough one, man, because having the MC mindset and the rapper mindset with the favorites, it's a lot of names, you know what I'm saying? But I'll probably put, because Scarface really outlasted a lot of cats. I mean, let's not forget, like people don't realize Scarface started in like 88. You know what I mean? So he was out. Yeah. He was out when Public Enemy was hot. You know what I'm saying? Like what my Mind Playing Tricks was 90.
Yeah,
You feel me? And then he didn't slow down to 2016. So
on the way here, I just bumped one of Scarface's joints with the PE beat. Fact. You know what I'm saying? Like, see,
Scarface Cardi got one of my favorite tones on wax. Like when I hear his voice, it's so distinct. It put me in a space. You know what I'm saying? Like if he started doing one of them,
I enunciate because of him. I get my enunciate. Like I get different things from different rappers. So like when it comes to pronunciation and projection, I get that from Scarface and KRS-One.
That's definitely KRS-One.
That's an artist, ladies and gentlemen.
Right, you know right. Study your craft. You know what I'm saying? All right, for me, I'm gonna round it out. I'm probably just got one guy that y'all probably gonna be like, oh, all right. So I'm going Hove, of course, Biggie, Pac, and Pac. His stardom is just so much bigger than everything else, right? Because his full impact on just the world, period. And it's kind of like how MJ made basketball international and global. Like Pac was able to touch in so many different places and still, keep his persona the same and kind of allow for that crossover between hip hop. It was interesting, but I'm going Biggie, Pac, Hove, Scarface, and Snoop.
Yeah, shit.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah. Snoop
that might be the illest list.
Yeah, so Snoop for me, and like it's funny because OG, I low key wish I was from the West, right? Like right now, I will ask you about what you listening to right now because we got to get the OG in there before we let you off. But the way Snoop just carried himself on a rhyme, like his swagger that you could just feel over each bar. I was like, it was different. And then he's skinny. Skinny dude out there rapping.
Yeah, so y'all slinky, y'all
hold it down.
Snoop Dogg has the best. Snoop Dogg might be the biggest rapper of all time.
No, for sure. And
he definitely has the best career. He definitely has the best career of a rapper.
And he really from like Martha Stewart to Corona to like whatever.
Yeah, he's like Snoop's the only rapper that could be himself in any position. Like Snoop, like Jay put the suit on,
right?
And right. he chameleoned into the game. That's why I also give cats like 50 credit because 50 ain't had to put the suit on. 50 had the do rag when he had 50 mil when he had 100 million. But when you look at Snoop. Snoop can crip high on Nickelodeon. He could crip walk on with Martha Stewart. He could go on Oprah and his eyes be red and Oprah be like, yeah, I know what you was doing. And everybody just laugh and accept it because it's Snoop.
Look, murder was the case.
Ooh, that was.
And the show coming soon, right? Like you said, respect. Well, we ain't gonna hold you up too much longer. This won't be the last time we get you on the show for sure. And maybe if you ever got any other podcast stuff, me and OG are definitely here to jump on whenever. You stayed up
Absolutely.
for us. You stayed up for us, so we'll find a way to get up and get on your line. So we appreciate you, champ. As we said to our BTG Nation. We'll have all the contact info. You'll find a way to get to all the Waze's music, videos, everything. Stay good, bro. As we always say, keep it simple, keep it real, and keep going. That's the mantra.
Yep, man. We got to talk ball next time, man. We got to talk on the court, man. So definitely before y'all end the season up, bring me back, man. Let's talk about it.
For sure, bro. We appreciate you, bro. Take care, man. We'll see you soon.
Thanks for having me, man. For sure, man. Appreciate it, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.
Yeah. There we go. That's a good one. Let's go ahead and give my guy a round of applause.
That's a real talk about hip hop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That ain't somebody just throwing out what's popular.
No, it's real. And there's so many other layers we can get to that. And the days that me and Coach jump in and have a little bit of a little bit more time to prep for it, we got y'all. We'll do that in other different ways. But let's go hoops. We got a, you know what I'm saying, about 30 minutes before we rock out. Let's go hoops. KD out for 4 to 6 weeks, but they have 11 of the next 14 on the road. So they get to keep
Kyrie. So Kyrie can play.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, we'll see how that rocks. Apparently Harden is open to relocating, sources say.
What?
Listen, this is what's funny about how that works, right? I don't believe anything unless Woj or Shams report it, right? But he tweeted like a day ago, it's like, yo, it's cold in New York. Like, it's brick out here. Mind you, he's been in Houston. He go back and forth. He's from L.A. So the way media worked, somebody I think the Sixers was like, yo, start a rumor that he ready to get out of here based on that tweet and just say, sources say he ready to go. But we'll see how that works. Nonetheless, it'll happen during the summertime. If they win a chip, he ain't going nowhere.
Well, if they win it,
he might definitely rock.
He might be like, I got what I came for, and I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Let me, you know what I'm saying, get this golden parachute and chill out in some warm weather.
True. McCollum is back. CJ McCollum was out because he had a collapsed lung. He fully recovered, came back. So, shout out to you, big dog. We appreciate that. Draymond is out 2 weeks for Golden State. So that your boy TJ was talking about Wiggins, Poole, and all that. Now that he's out, right? Of course, they're going to be working Clay in, so there's some chemistry difference there. But if you had Draymond there, it will flow better for everybody.
He stabilizes everything.
Right. But what's going to happen now, right? What's Wiggins going to do defensively? How is Poole going to be a playmaker? What is Steph going to do as far as making plays? Yeah. And mind you, he's had the worst month shooting.
Yeah. What he's expected to do now is not only get Clay acclimated and keep everybody else, getting their touches in the right spots, in addition to his scoring. So we're about to see. Man,
it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. And he ain't been playing so hot. Yeah. And we're just going to speed through this because we got an interesting topic to jump to. But Vogel. Now, I was on here maybe 3 or 4 episodes ago, and I said about All-Star break, if we weren't at least like 4 or 5 games above 500 and like in the race like 4 or 5 or 6, Vogel had to leave, right? Before we got on the pod, somebody dropped something and said, look, Vogel is being evaluated game-by-game basis, and his job is on the line. Now, you've been saying since last year when we first started the podcast that they needed to change the voice, but we just so happened to win.
Yeah.
Good.
Bought him some time.
But Vogel, your ass is grass, Mr. Postman.
Yeah, and he's a good coach, but just not for this team.
Yeah.
For this cast of characters, you got to have somebody with a strong voice that don't give a damn.
Word.
And they just don't. They're not going to listen to everything he says. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's evident. Because we've seen, they old and whatever, but we've seen them guys get after it when they want to.
Come on. All of them. So, we'll see how that goes. But we're going to get into our topic for the day, right? This is something that we love, right? This is something that the hood going to rock with. Like, this is something that's good money. We're going to get into what we call the hood favorites, right? The hood favorites when it comes to hoop. These aren't the media darlings. These aren't the people that the NBA or other ads or media people want to put up in front of the camera. These aren't the ones that, you know, they didn't conform, right? They did what they did. Their talent was probably so good that people had to ignore certain things. But they're also just the ones that when we watch them hoop, it just reminds us of how it is around the way. We're just 5-on-5, Surf versus Skins. Maybe you outside playing for money. Maybe you just at the court and you're like, yo, I'm gonna take them with me when we get there, right? And so I got a list of a few that I'm gonna run down. You know, we'll say something short and sweet for each one, and then OG got a list from his generation. Some of us cross over, but I'm gonna start with B. Diddy, Baron Davis. Right, a lot of the young cats don't know because Baron Davis, he got a lot of injuries towards the end of his career. But Baron Davis must see TV. The way he was athletically, the swagger he played with coming out of LA, like energy. Yeah, he'll dunk on you, cross you, talk his trash while doing it. Like B Diddy was one that where we were like, if he had a headband on too, baldy. You know what I'm saying? But he was one that we were like, look, if B. Diddy playing tonight, we watching. You know, that's the way it's working. So Baron Davis is up there first for me. And we'll go one for one. Who you got on yours?
Oh man, let me pull out my list because I'm trying. I wrote, you know, I got a lot of guys, man. You know, I crossed a lot of eras, man, of basketball. Like, dang, let me see. Let me start with one of my favorites, man. Probably my first ever favorite NBA player, George the Iceman Gervin. I come from an era where guys had like real slick nicknames and stuff that you earned on the court. George Gervin, tall, 6'7", lanky shooting guard, and was known for the finger roll.
Yeah,
he ain't play no defense. You know what I'm saying? His favorite phrase was, "I don't get paid to play defense.
Right.
I get paid to put the ball in the hole. You get paid to stop me."
Right.
And he, you know, played with the long high socks. He was the first real big time Nike basketball player. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And so he got
that poster.
Where he's sitting on a recliner of ice.
Ice throne.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like. So it was like he was, how can I say it? You know, Detroit.
Yeah.
Like that's a hood. He's one of the first.
Yeah,
you know
Ice.
What I'm
and
Ice.
he got a cold nickname. I mean, it's a Ice. So we go from B Diddy to Ice, and then next one on my list is Stevie Franchise Francis, hometown kid. You know what I'm saying? Went from community college to University of Maryland. Showed out. Steve Francis for the Rockets, and even his time for the Magic. Stevie put on a show with the Rock. He might give you 15 points, but 7 assists, 9, 10 assists, but it's gonna be a show. Yeah. It's gonna be oohs, it's ahs. He's gonna keep you locked in, and he just gonna go. Let
me add one thing about Franchise.
Yeah.
I had the opportunity to play with him one time in pickup at the Old Good Council in Wheaton.
Oh, yeah.
And the way he played in the NBA, he played with the same energy in pickup.
That's
and
real.
I'm like, yo, he's on my team. I'm like, yo, you know you're worth 80, right?
Yeah.
He's like, yo, let's get this. I'm like, yo, this guy, you know what I'm saying? But you respect that. He just loved to play the game, man.
Hood favorite.
Loved to play the game.
Hood favorite. You know that's it. Shout out to and Francis, like Stevie. We talk about Gervin. We talk about B Diddy. We talk about Francis. They got some of the coldest jerseys too.
Yeah, for sure.
We talking about a throwback of the Rockets or the throwback with the Charlotte Hornets. Throwback with the Spurs with Ice. Come on, we putting y'all on game, youngins. I'm telling you. What you got next on yours?
Man, I got so many. Let me go with this guy right here, man. And people see him every day. And they may not realize because he's articulate, he's smart, and he's accomplished. But Jalen Rose was a member of he was the leader. He wasn't the best player, but he's the leader of the Fab Five at Michigan. And he personified what you talk about, hood favorite in college, hood favorite favorite in the pros. You know what I'm saying?
And hood favorite right now.
Right. Say he'll tell you the truth. You know what I'm saying? Whether you like it or not. And he, you know what I'm saying? He comes from the real and people respect him. But just the swag that he brought to college basketball and to the league. Remember, he had everybody, the Indiana Pacers wearing headbands.
And ball heads. He talked about ball heads too.
So he's one of the guys that everybody that's benefiting from what's the likeness thing from college?
Yeah.
What is it called?
It's the NIL.
NIL. You should all write him a check.
Right.
Because he talked about this stuff way back when.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Jalen Rose, man. No. Baggy shorts, black socks, no name T-shirt, so nobody get any money off of it. Like, you can't. Like,
gangster.
And number one, he went from bald head to he got more head than an 18-year-old right now.
Yo, he got twist right now. He might have to try to grow dreads right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, and again, when he got to the league, like he was almost an NBA champion with the Pacers. Right, he told that story about how Bird apologized for not putting him in the game in the fourth quarter, and that might have cost him a chip.
Yeah.
So
while drinking a beer.
Beer, right? Gangster. Yeah, Bird a hood favorite too.
I actually got him on here, and in parentheses, I got secretly.
Listen, Bird a hood favorite. The stories is there. All right, so my next one on my list after Steve Francis is the one and only Skip to my Lou Rafer Austin. Right? Some of you might know Rafer from the Eddie House incident. But Rafer was really on a championship quality team with the Magic. Right? He played with the Raptors as well. Rafer went from the street, from and one, which we'll let you tell your story later about your experience with the and one. And one itself is a classic. AO, main event, Lonnie, the L Train, you know what I'm saying? All those guys, the pharmacists. So Rafer Austin, Skip to my Lou, the first one to transition from street basketball into the pros and really make that game go.
Right. It was serious.
Yeah, seriously.
It wasn't a gimmick.
Yeah.
Dang, that's tough, man.
Yeah, look, I'm ready. I came prepared.
Yeah, I'm going back way back for you guys. I'm going Walt Frazier.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? You guys have seen him now, like on the Just for Men commercials. You know, he's dying his goatee and everything. He still got a mean goatee, by the way. I'm just saying, like
heavy.
But you guys don't know, like these are guys back in the day that really personified what it looked like to be hood rich. You know what I'm saying? Their first NBA checks, you know, they weren't going out and. Of course, this is being a little frivolous with your money, whatever. Yeah. But they were going out and getting furs, minks, the fur hat
with the feather in the cap,
Rolls Royce. You know what I'm saying? This is before, you know, a lot of people didn't know anything about no Rolls Royce. You know what I'm saying? Unless you was Stevie Wonder or somebody like that, you know. But these guys, man, they not only put on a show on the court, but before and after the game on their arrival, man, it's crazy.
Facts.
Crazy. And he still dressed crazy to this day.
Wild. And y'all want to get on Russ. Yeah.
No.
Come on, man.
Russ wearing dress.
Chill.
Stop, man.
Russ had a nice bang out on the defensive player of the year. Murdered that boy. Oh, my Lord. Listen. All right. T-Mac. Next on my list. T-Mac, Tracy McGrady, the Hezzy Poole, the swagger, the low eyes, just the energy, chewing the gum on the dunk contest. T-Mac from the beginning in Toronto. Number one, you know, you 6'10", you coming straight out of high school too. And just your nickname, T-Mac.
T-Mac.
Right? No. It's energy. T-Mac, one of the hood favorites. That's one of those to where I'm a Kobe fan, right?
Yep.
The arch nemesis, the rivals. If you weren't a Kobe fan, you was probably a T-Mac fan. Because whenever they went head to head, it was going to be a battle. Right? Every time. So T-Mac, that's my guy.
Yeah, shout out to T-Mac. Because he, you know, people don't know this, that when he was in Toronto, he could barely get off the bench. And that wasn't because of his talent. That's just because of a coaching decision. As soon as he left.
Let it go. And he got some of the better Adidas basketball sneakers.
Right.
And that's saying a lot.
And last thing on him, if you think about one of the most iconic dunk contests we ever had with Vince winning, go back and look at McGrady's dunk.
He was right there. He was right there. He would have won any other time.
My next one, I'm going to go AI.
Oh.
It's because
yes, sir.
AI was barely 6'1", barely. Probably 155 pounds, 160 pounds, and was almost going to jail for the rest of his life.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Falsely accused, and thank goodness Big John said, bump that.
Yes.
This kid ain't going to jail. He's coming to us. I'm a mentor and whatever. And Iverson came to Georgetown and probably had no intentions of coming somewhere like Georgetown. Not coming from Hampton Roads, right?
Listen.
And came to Georgetown, took over DC, took over the nation, was a number 1 pick, went to Philly, and took over Philly.
Listen.
Like, come on, man. And took them to the finals.
And did it his way.
His way.
You talking about getting your hair braided on the bench? Come on, man. You talk. I've heard
the best pair of Reeboks ever.
And they coming back with them. They're coming back with them. And I've been keeping my eye on it. Yeah. You know, this the swag on the court, the sleeve on the arm, the tats, right? Like AI personified, you know. Yep. And he's probably the biggest gangster of them all. He's MVP.
Yep. Played hard all the time. Mm-hmm. So the hood loved him because he had swag and he had game. But then middle class America loved him because he played hard.
Especially in Philly.
Loved him. Yeah, Philly loved him.
Loved him.
So I got to put AI in there, man.
For sure.
He ain't changed for nobody.
Nobody.
He's still dressed the same.
Still doing it. Bubba Chuck, you the one, man. My next one is Penny Hardaway. Anthony Hardaway. The one from Blue Chips. You know, Penny is one of those to where we couldn't get to see his full potential because of injury, right? But the time that we did get with Penny was sensational. Penny was transformative, action, jam-packed, 6'7" point guard. I'm talking about flair. He's going to drop you a dime. He's going to put you on the block if he was too low, right? He's going to pull up, sidestep, step back. He's going to dunk on you and give you the full package at 6'7", right? Vision, everything there. Talking about somebody going to a small school. He went to Memphis State. It wasn't even Memphis then. Memphis State, putting on a show. And then, low-key, one of the most popular basketball signature shoes in Nike.
Commercials, yep.
Yeah, and commercials. Yep. Lil Penny, the 1 cent. Come on, man. Hood favorite. I know a lot of people that said, you know, a lot of people looked up to MJ, but I looked up to Penny. You know what I'm saying? And that was one of those that resonated with us.
That's
too.
Okay. You made a mistake.
No, it wasn't me. And they said they looked up to it. They said they looked up to Penny instead.
But I was on the, we played them once. Mm-hmm. I've seen Penny do some things that I still can't explain. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, Penny for sure, man.
That's for sure.
Man, I'm going to say my last guy is going to be Wilt, the Stilt Chamberlain. And, yes, he does own 75% of the records in the NBA. But he's a hood favorite because not only did he dominate the Boston Celtics at times, you know, which, you know, at that particular time, you know, Boston's known as a, you know, racist place sometimes. For sure. And, you know, and Wilt would always put on a show. But Wilt is a hood favorite, man, because his off the court exploits.
Oh, listen.
You know what I'm saying? Like, listen.
Hey, listen, you said off the court exploits, right?
Yeah, listen. Wilt, man. You know,
what can you say?
The number that he was quoted as, you know, having conquered in terms of women, I don't know if it's true or not, but with Wilt, anything's possible. Anything's possible. And, you know, he's got some very, very memorable quotes, man. You know, there was a time when, you know, not many people would tell an owner that, why are you upset with me for missing shoot around? I came to the game. They're on the same day. Shoot around in the morning, game at night. You as an owner and a GM have to decide which one is most important to you. I'm only coming to one. So I got it, man. Listen, man, that's a hood favorite, man.
Yeah, that's gangster.
Yeah,
that's facts. That's facts.
So,
all right. So I'm gonna do one more from mine too, and then we're just gonna list off all of the names so y'all can do y'all own research. I got some ones on here to where. Let me see. I think I'm gonna call out. I'm gonna do Stephon Marbury. right? Coney Island kid. Antics aside, we just talking about basketball. Coming out of New York, going to the New Jersey Nets, and carrying the game the way he carried it. You know, he got some of the most memorable moments in the NBA All-Star game. You know, that era of guards in the early 2000s, when you talk about AI, talk about Vince, you talk about, I'm losing my train of thought here.
Man,
Steve Nash, Jason Kidd,
Kevin Johnson.
There's a lot of guys.
You know,
Stephon Marbury. Stephon Marbury was at the top of that list, and he was gangster. And you know, Starbury sneakers. He did what he could to get the hood sneakers, right? Yeah. They might have laughed at him, but he was really for that. And then after whatever meltdown, he went to China and got a statue made out of him.
Yeah,
right. That's gangster, right out to New York. So that's our list of hood favorites. And now we're just going to run through some. And a couple of pictures will pop up so you guys got. And we'll start with the OGs. All right. You got Dr. J, Julius Erving. You got
just clean.
Just, come on. Just the ABA days. You got Irvin Magic Johnson. Yes, he was also in the forefront, but he was a gangster. We got Larry Bird. We got Isaiah Zeke Thomas.
That's man, come on. You don't get any more hood than Detroit.
Come on, man. And he really personified. He let you know. You got Pistol Pete Maravich. We know about the Flash, but Pistol had to deal with some things, too, off the court. Pistol's a big dog. We got Rasheed Wallace and Ben Wallace. Yeah. There was no way we was going to have a hood favorite list and leave them off of it, for sure. You got GP, are you with me? Gary Payton, the glove, and he has a fire Nike kick, too. He got one good signature out of there. J.R. Ryder, Mr. East Bay, right, with the M1s on, the slip-ons. We see you. Lance Make 'em Dance Stevenson. There was no way we was going to leave you off, big dog. Keep playing your guitar, baby. We got Ron Artest, a.k.a. Meta, a.k.a. Meta World Peace, Panda, whatever it is. You know what it is, though. You know, rapper.
Yep. Everything, man.
Everything. Defensive player of the year.
Man.
All that. Stack 5, Steven Jackson.
Yep.
Draymond Green. Yeah, you there. You're young. We got Matt Barnes, all the smoke.
Yeah, I purposely put that on there. Like, he ain't get the love he should have because he light-skinned.
Right.
But he was always the same. People say, I love to be a teammate of his.
Every time.
You know what I'm saying?
We got Chuck, the round mound. Chuck.
Yeah, man.
And I don't think, and we'll talk about Chuck later, because I know for sure people in our generation and the ones younger don't understand Charles Barkley.
Yeah, they
don't really know.
Yeah, they see him as an old teddy bear.
It'll be wild.
They don't know Chuck 20 years ago throw you through a window.
And he used to say whatever he want in those interviews. Like, you got those interviews or some skits on a lot of rap songs. Chuck was wild. LeBron, and we'll get into that too, because LeBron really from the mud. Yeah. Like, don't forget, we got Paul Pierce, the truth. We got Bill Russell. We got Kenny Anderson, Derek Coleman, Moses Malone. And we
Fo.
Listen, we got Earl the Pearl Monroe, a.k.a. that's the real Black Jesus, right? Yep. We got the big O Oscar Robertson, Dominique Wilkins. Thunder. He gonna bring the roof down.
You ain't never seen a cat 6'8" with a 40-inch vertical with an S curl.
Listen, and then the joint like the barge. He got like the barge. And his dark skin dude with it. Yo, funny, man. You got John Starks.
Yeah.
Might not talk straight.
Yeah.
Sound a little weird.
But go hard.
They gonna bang on you.
New York loved him.
Yeah, Pat Ewing from Jamaica.
Y'all remember those Ewings he used to wear?
Yo, and y'all, and this next one, Shaquille O'Neal. Yeah. Y'all gotta remember Shaq when he had the part in the middle of his head. Different kid there. Glenn Big Dog Robinson. This is one of those forgotten soldiers type entities too. Yeah. Big Dog was a gangster. Big Dog was one of those transformative.
One of the first true stretch fours.
Yeah, really can make it move. We got Anthony Mason. We got Charles. Rest in peace.
Later on, R.I.P. I'll give you a story on Anthony Mason later on. Gangster.
We got Charles Oakley, the original.
What y'all saw when he got locked up in the garden?
Yeah. That's mild mannered.
Yeah, that's mild, yeah.
Yeah, that's mild. And then we got Harold Miner. Now, Harold Miner is a lot of jokes there because he was picked ahead of MJ. But Harold at USC, Harold, when he got to the early Miami, if Harold was playing in this era where they let you go, woo. And it's a flash there. And I didn't even know that until you brought it to my attention.
Well, Harold was, he was supposed to be the next Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But the problem was, you get with the wrong coach, almost like Kenny Anderson got with the wrong coach his first few years in the NBA. And I remember Eddie Jones took me to a Sixers game with him.
Yeah.
And we were watching the Heat. And I remember we were watching warm-ups. He's like, yo, pay attention to this dude right here. And I'm watching him. I was like, come on, man. And then he did some things in the warm-up that I was like, what the? Yeah. And then I started paying attention. And then he showed out in the short time that he was playing in that game. And then I went back and looked at it, and across the whole season, he averaged more points than he did minutes.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
But he didn't play, you know what I'm saying? So he got fed up and said, you know what? I made enough money, I'm going to real estate, bump the league.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying?
That pivot, right? You got Udonis Haslem.
He's still playing, right?
Yeah, he part of the mob over there at the Miami Heat,
That's true Florida.
Well,
that's
for real.
True Miami,
Go
right
do
there.
your research, right? Yeah. And Sean Kemp. And then to round out my list, I got Jason Williams, White Chocolate. We got Damon Stoudemire. We call him Mighty Mouse. I got Melo. There's only one Melo. 3 to the dome. Yeah. J.R. Smith. Come on. Yeah, talk about it. And J.R. did a lot for us off the floor too. He got some historical moments. We got Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving, just because of his wizardry. Did I say that shit right?
Wizardry, yeah.
I stumbled across all that.
You gotta say he started going on the platform of being a hood favorite when he went to Duke and got Coach K to give him the number one.
Number one.
Like, Coach K ain't never let nobody wear that.
Kane only played 8 games. And every game that he played, he took the most shots by far. Only no question, right? And then now he doing what he want, right? This is one where people got to go do some research too. Brandon Jennings. Brandon Jennings got one of the craziest mixtapes in high school, period. And he had one of the most gangster routes because he went straight overseas and then came to the league. And still, had some great times, but injuries are what injuries are. Tyreke Evans. Yep. Yes, another straight out of Philly. So that game right there is different, right? But rookie of the year when he got into the league. Mm-hmm. But, sometimes life is life. Mm-hmm. I got John Wall. Word of God, John Wall. Out of
gang sign.
Listen, straight out of North Carolina, John Wall.
Raleigh, North Carolina.
Come on. Boogie Cousins.
Yep.
Yeah, Big Dog DeMarcus out of Alabama. Come on, man. Gangster. And from the hometown, Mike Beasley. Be easy. Now, people laugh and joke sometimes, but if you go look back and what Mike Beasley did at Kansas State, to the rest of the Big 12, unmatched. He torched them.
Well, it's funny you mentioned him last because he just said something I read like 2 weeks ago. And every every minute there's a baby being born on this planet, right? He said, every minute there's another person being born that can't guard me. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's why you here.
That's
why you here, right? You and then to round them up, right? We got OJ Mayo. OJ, cold killer. He got one of them lazy eyes too, like T-Mac. Cold killer. Then you got Gilbert Arenas. You got Dennis Rodman, Malik Sealy. That's a look one for y'all.
St. John's.
And then I'm gonna end it with Lou Will. 6 men, 2 girls,
Lemon Pepper Lou.
Get it done. So that's our episode for today. As you see the pictures of our hood favorites go across the screen, go do some research. Go look them up. Go see how their upbringing was, what it is they brought to the culture, what about them basketball-wise you can add to your game. It's dope. And we'll reach out and see who y'all think we missed out on this list, because I'm sure we forgot somebody.
Yeah, we definitely missed some people, so we would definitely love feedback on who we missed.
For sure. But, OG, we would be irresponsible if we didn't close this podcast the right way. MLK Day back home. This is a special time. We all know the legacy of Martin Luther King, right? We're here 30. I'm turning 30 next month. We've been around a while. We understand, but what is it that you want to reflect on? Just real quick before we do the post game wrap up.
Well, I kind of want to just make this my post game wrap up.
Go ahead,
just
perfect.
because first on the lighter side of things, when I used to teach, the younger students in the school used to always see MLK's picture and say, "That's Mr. King." You know what I'm saying? That's Coach King. And I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah,
but anyway.
Yeah.
But when you talk about MLK and some of the things that he represents, the number one thing for me, and I want the younger African Americans or any minorities or anybody going through any struggles right now to understand that what you're dealing with sometimes isn't the end of the world. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's not as bad as you may think it is. Because, when you look at your situation and you really get a chance to break it down and dissect everything, you'll realize that there's always somebody out there that has it worse than you. And some of the things that we enjoy and take for granted today, myself included, Martin Luther King and his followers, they went through some dire times in order for us to have these privileges and some of the things that we take for granted today. And so I'll never forget that. And I'll always respect them for what they did and I always honor them for what they did. And so, just knowing that, as long as I'm alive, I'm always going to respect the name and respect the movement.
Absolutely. Let me see if I wanted to play the letter from Birmingham over this, but maybe I'll do that another time. But Martin Luther King is such a polarizing figure, right? To where sometimes now his name is bigger than what the mission was, right? And I think it's important to note that his fight was never about just being passive and letting anybody just step over you and continue to just turn the other cheek. He got to the point to where, look, I exhausted all the options, right? And now I got to get to this space where I just take what I want, right? And I collaborate with my people and I bring my idea with their idea and we come together no matter what our differences might have been before, because our one common goal is way more important than what our ego may be. And so I appreciate MLK for turning all the stones, right? And not giving up and making sure that before I'm done with this, I'm going to try every possible option to get to where I believe we can get to as far as some sort of peace, some sort of equality and equity amongst everybody. And I'm not going to take no for an answer, right? And I think regardless of what your battle is, you don't have to be as, extreme as to that, to where you're fighting for everybody's freedom, but just anything. Just you getting better at a sport, you deciding to, do something different, and you don't have the support of everybody. So what? Just go. Don't take no for an answer. Put your bootstraps together and make it happen. Sometimes it's bigger than just you anyway. So shout out to Dr. King. I'll probably let on YouTube or the audio, just let the last 2 or 3 minutes have the Birmingham letter so people can hear that. But yeah, BTG Nation, it feels good. Another one in the books. Episode 10 is all done. And you guys know how we wrap it up. If you're in Dubai, you can Hoop Mountain Dubai, Hoop Mountain DXB, hoopmountain.ae, BTG Nation, you know where to find us. But as always, keep it real, keep it simple, keep going.
You one of the homies, just tune in. You already know, G. BTG Nation, the other ones in the nosebleeds.